Martinsville Speedway, here to give the command to fire engines. Please welcome current and two-time NASCAR Youth Series champion and professional cookout shake tester, Rue Reeves.
Drivers, start your engines!
Here's some Shane Van Gisbergen radio.
All right, fellas, appreciate all the effort all weekend. A lot of work went into getting here. Great qualifying effort. Let's keep it here all day. Shane, let us know what you need. Take care of this thing all day. We'll be there at the end.
Yep. Cheers, guys. Thanks for the rocket. Let's have a good day.
Well, Shane's done really good here at Martinsville. This has probably been his best oval, but you hear his crew chief on the radio right there. They seem pretty confident in what they have, and sometimes that's half the battle, having that confidence, Clint.
Well, one of the hardest battles is qualifying.
Yeah.
Starting up front, this is a track position racetrack. Everybody knows that. It's hard to come by. Gives you a better pit stall. That's a big deal. When the cautions come out, I love this place. Gets me excited every time. Let's go.
Denny Hamlin, William Byron. Last year's two race winners here. Toyota Chevy on the front row. Josh Berry in a Ford right behind them. 37 strong. They address themselves to the starting line, and we're racing in Martinsville.
Well, not surprising. Same thing we were talking about earlier with Chase Elliott not looking quite as good as he did yesterday. Denny Hamlin's getting frustrated right here with John Hunter Nemechek. It seems like he's
going to get him.
Checking up off the corner.
Ricky Stenhouse trying to get back on the lead lap there, and more traffic inside. That is for the lead. That is William Byron. That's not traffic. That's the new leader.
Yeah, he was frustrated for a reason. He couldn't get around Nemechek and open the door up for Byron to slip by them both.
Hamlin got up against his back bumper and had nowhere to go. Couldn't break out to the bottom lane. Yeah. Now he's tracked down William Byron.
And that right there is exactly what you see Denny Hamlin up the racetrack. That's the thing that I was never able to do here. Denny Hamlin's always been able to move around the racetrack, make that corner shape a little bit different as you see him right next to the bumper.
He can just maneuver around, and I saw this, and that's why when I talked to him, I knew that the confidence was there. Much like when we talked about him after Vegas, I vividly remember him doing an interview and saying, these guys are in trouble. My car is lights out, and it is that way again. He can just go wherever he wants to.
Hamlin wants the lead back and gets it. Next car ahead is Kyle Busch, who said after a dismal qualifying effort, I need a caution between lap 30 and 40 because by then my tires are going to be toast.
Right now running P9. I feel like Tyler Reddick and I had the same experience here at Martinsville, and running P9 would actually be a pretty good day for that 45 car.
I want to give some praise. Take it. Ryan Preece up 7 spots now with the Preece machine. He is rolling both RFK cars. His teammate Brad Keselowski the same way. Caution, guys.
Caution with 3 to go in the stage. And nobody is around, so we'll await word from NASCAR as to the cause. But this will put an end to stage 1.
Back there racing hard. You see the leader, Denny Hamlin. Now watch this chain reaction. See Nemechek up here in the 42. 7 gets into him. 42 gets into the 51. Around he goes. Boom, 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 boom.
That's what happens. That's what happens when that leader is in the mirror, and you start to get yourself in a situation where you're close to the end of the stage. See Denny take a quick action right there, and all those guys in front of him stack up, and 51 car spits out the other side.
Everybody trying hard to stay on the lead lap. With that spin, Cody Ware goes 2 laps down.
I feel like you can overcome a lap down pretty easy. You go 2 and 3 laps down against this competition today's day and age, you're in big time trouble.
It's over.
That was Nemechek almost went 2 laps down.
So Hamlin will get his first stage win of the season.
Stage 10 right here.
And Preece will get that 10th and final spot, 1 stage point. for Ricky Stenhouse. And a lost wheel for that blue and white car. Kyle Busch's day has gone from bad to worse.
Golly, that tire flipping down pit road like that is so dangerous. Luckily, it hit the wall right there.
Very dangerous. Well, that's why we have those rules, too. Right? I mean,
bounced off the wall, rolled back out, and got punted.
That's why it's so important to try to hold these guys accountable with rules and things like that, and those tires getting away.
Yeah, and he never even tried to check up. I mean,
Logano, Van Gisberg, and Reddick, Blaney, Elliott, your top 10. Stage 2, here we go. This will take us to lap 180.
well, it looks just like the start of the race, Mike. Same two guys on the front row, kept themselves in that track position throughout those first 80 laps of stage
holding
one.
a little stronger on that outside, though, Kevin. Keep an eye on it.
Wide right there.
Big squeeze there, left Chastain on the outside looking in.
The big block, Chastain. I wouldn't block that guy. That's exactly right.
And around goes the 4 of Noah Gragson off the front bumper of A.J. Allmendinger.
Caution.
Second caution of the day.
Remember, you can run this whole stage easily without stopping.
Yeah. Watch the 4 here. Let's see what happened.
Well, I think it all started with what's beside him. Obviously, Chastain didn't get off of 2 very good. Stenhouse was his inside, got them all up the racetrack. I think Noah's kind of an innocent bystander to that.
Well, Noah kind of went up the racetrack, and Allmendinger was already there and just kind of drove over the front. But I think, like you say, the cars in front of them checked up.
It started with this. See Chastain way to the left for a big block, kind of put him. See, they come up the racetrack. He tried to check up and give him room and got run over from behind.
Yeah, I don't think
that wasn't his doing.
Yeah, there wasn't. Hanging in there.
He's doing a lot better job.
Yeah.
Momentum, baby.
William Byron will restart 5th after leading 6 laps earlier, and we're back to green.
Just a teammate cooperation.
Almost went too easy right there. Let that.
And we've seen that happen before, Kevin. Been watching this battle for a while. Blaney, I mean, that's a teammate. Harder to pass teammates here. Can't really use the bumper or anything else, but he worked on his teammate Cindric for at least 10 laps. Finally got him passed.
Yeah, and just what we talked about earlier, you know, Cindric not able to get back down, and William Byron sneaks to the inside right there to try to take that 5th position away.
And each of those positions is a point as we come to the end of the stage. 2 to go. Byron trying to hold tough there, and Kyle Larson has moved up into the points. Into the top 10 here as we're coming to 1 to go in stage 2.
Final lap in this stage, and it has been all Denny Hamlin for the first 2 stages of this race so far.
Dominant. He's got pressure coming, D. Is this where you have to start thinking about keeping up with the racetrack, Kevin? Easy to get complacent leading, but that baby's pretty fast,
definitely
too.
puts you in a position to where you have to think about it, and sometimes you get to a certain, and we've seen it so many times this year.
Meanwhile, the best pit crew in the sport, and that is Christopher Bell's. They went from 12th to 8th on their stop. Green flag, and Denny Hamlin takes off.
Yeah, and if I'm Joey Logano right here, I'm going to do anything I can to put myself somewhere close to the back bumper of that 11. I think if you can get him up out of the groove and
look out,
try to do something to put yourself in the middle of those Gibbs cars, that's what you got to do. So
but I like what you said there, and I think you're right. The good news is we're not bad.
Yeah.
Right? And the better news is we can get better. We know we can.
These two love running into each other. Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson, they are full contact every time they're around each other.
Chase Elliott's going to go ahead, guys. Open the door up for me. He's going to let him back in, though.
I think Bell kind of employed the 3-tap rule. 1 to let you know I'm there, 2 to let you know I need by, and 3, I'm coming through.
If we do stay green, they will probably split it in half, and they'll pit somewhere there about lap I'd say 290 to 300 if you indeed split it.
Denny Hamlin's just been nothing short of perfect today and this weekend. Qualified on the pole again, led and won both stages again, and has led all but 6 laps.
Yeah, and the thing about it is he has the track position, and you see the guys right behind him that are trying to figure out what in the heck do I need to do to make up that half a tenth to a tenth on Denny Hamlin to keep that gap shortened.
Well, Jamie, the Tyler Reddick pit stop, looking at the video, it looks even more bizarre than Larry described.
Well, yeah, Mike, if you're a rodeo fan, this will make sense to you. The word lasso. Now we're going to watch the front changer of Brad Keselowski's car. He steps over the wall and steps through the hose loop of Tyler Reddick's rear changer. So when he goes down to change the tire, he can't pull his hose. So it cost him tremendous time. So Brad Keselowski's guy got off good. Even though he was lassoed, he was able to execute that pit stop. But it cost Tyler Reddick 8 positions.
Denny Hamlin and John Hunter Nemechek were having it out there during commercial. Look at the most laps led list at Martinsville today. Denny Hamlin has jumped from 8th to 5th, passing Fred Lorenzen, Jimmy Johnson, and Richard Petty on the all-time laps led list.
That's wild. Heating up here, guys. Down in the bottom, Blaney finally looking to the outside of Gibbs. Can he get the job done?
Oh, he's there, Clint.
This is for second.
Well, we saw this earlier on that long run, that second groove that Josh Berry moved up, and
he's going to
all
get
of a
him.
sudden started making some speed. And you're right, Ryan Blaney makes it happen in that second groove right there.
So Reddick is the 16th place car going a lap down. Next to be Brad Keselowski as Daniel Suarez pits.
Just absolutely destroying the competition. Denny Hamlin, I mean, we're looking at lapping 15th next.
Chase Elliott with fresh tires going past 5th place Joey Logano. And trying to get himself back in a position for the free pass. He is right now the 6th car 1 lap down. Here is Larson on pit road, giving up a top 10 spot. Regan.
Well, Mike, you see the 5-car Kyle Larson coming down pit road, pitting from the 7th position. This run, he's been fighting the rear grip and just a little bit too free, so obviously choosing this opportunity right here to pit a little bit early. Not sure if this would be a 1 or 2 stop strategy for him.
Reddick, Logano, Byron, and Briscoe are on pit road.
Mike, I think pitting this deep, this is sticking to a 1-stop strategy. They're just short pitting, trying to get a little bit of advantage for those fresh tires.
Christopher Bell comes to the pit lane along with Brian Preece with 116 laps to go. Cindric is going to give up 3rd place.
Look at this mess. The mess in front of Denny Hamlin. He wanted no part of that, did he, Kevin? Back plumb out of that. Good call. Here he comes the pit road. Your leader.
Leader's in. Bubba Wallace comes with him. Ty Dillon as well, for what they hope will be their final pit stop of the day. Now Hamlin had a 3-second lead and only 4 other cars on the lead lap when he came to pit road, Regan.
Well, Mike, that's right. It was a very calm pit crew down here as well. They didn't even have their helmets on until about 5 laps ago to get ready for Denny to come to pit road. As for the car, he has not said anything since he said they made it just a little bit better on the long run about 25 laps ago. He's pretty happy.
Ryan Blaney gives up the lead to pit, and Justin Allgaier's crew has an uncontrolled tire penalty. That gives Josh Berry the lead.
That's close right there.
Is he over that front line?
That is really close right there, Clint. That's gonna be splitting hairs as to whether that's a penalty or not.
Hocevar is in, so is Stenhouse.
Oh, so close.
Very close.
That white line is too far. Anything on that white line is a penalty. So Blaney's good right there, but he had to come around the 8 car.
Has made that stop. Chase Elliott was the first to pit at lap 261. He cycles through to the lead. Then Shane Van Gisbergen, who pitted at lap 268. And then Denny Hamlin, who didn't pit until lap 290.
29 laps later, Mike. which means those tires are 29 laps newer. And right now he's about almost 6 seconds. Well, it's hard to tell on our scoring monitor. It's kind of all over the place, but.
Well, Elliott was almost 9 seconds down when he made his pit stop. And he cycles through to the lead, but can he hold it with Hamlin just 4 seconds back on way fresher tires, as you said?
Well, regardless, that's the reason you do it, right? That's why we make it a gamble and short pitted. Gained a lot of track position there, Larry.
Well, I go back to Regan Smith's report. He said he was out of rear tires. He said, I can't drive this thing like it is. So they really, yeah, it paid off. I think it's going to be a short-lived time at the lead, but I think they had to do what they did there.
Well, I don't know if it was necessarily to win the race from there on that particular gamble, but certainly to gain a lot of track position that we needed.
Well, you're giving yourself a chance. If the caution comes out, you're going to have the track position, and
I like that gamble.
You go 8, 10, 15 laps. I mean, everybody's going to come down on pit road.
And now, but there are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cars in between Elliott and Hamlin on track.
Yeah, and the problem for Chase Elliott right now is all these cars are faster than him because of the new tires. So he's ending up on the outside of this racetrack, and that'll put him in a position where he loses more time. So tough to be the car that is on defense trying to just get out of the way when everybody else just wants to get past the leader.
Cole Custer to pit road while Ty Dillon could not get down to pit road after he had a problem in turn 2. Might have cut down a tire after contact. They were 3 wide going into that corner.
Got down. I think he's going to make it around. Yeah, right front is down for sure.
Oh, a lot of smoke right there.
But he will make it to pit road.
Out of it. Big time. Coming to you.
Oh, it's on fire, Clint. Brakes look pretty much.
And he's got to come almost to the start-finish line to get to his pit stall.
Well, then,
for the lead.
And right now, Ross Chastain doesn't want to let Denny Hamlin by either, because he doesn't want to be a lap down. So important for that 1 car of Ross Chastain and the 17 car of Chris Buescher to be able to keep themselves in front of that 11 car as long as possible.
Now the 9 needs to try to follow suit. Let the 11 make the hole and you go with him. That's a tall order, but that's what you're trying to do.
Right, because he would be trying to run 140 laps on those tires. And while ago, he was out of tires basically after about 70 laps.
Caution has waved at Martinsville here at lap 312. There is a disintegrated brake rotor somewhere out on track.
That's
so
the 10 that
debris
we saw when
has brought out the caution.
When that 10 car, Ty Dillon, was in pit road, I saw that the caliper was way messed up inside the wheel. It didn't
caliper
look like
was on fire.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a rotor in it.
All right, so who wins the free pass lottery? I believe it will be Daniel Suarez, according to scoring, who will restart with 22 lead lap cars.
This is definitely a lookout situation. Chastain on very old tires in front of the field.
He's the 1 of 1. That's never a good feeling, Clint.
No, and there's no way to get out of the way either. It's going to stack him up big time on that inside line behind him. Here we go.
Now he was on pit road, Chastain, just 26 laps.
Oh, Hamlin missed the gear.
He missed the gear.
Boy, that happened in yesterday's race.
That was Chase Elliott's opportunity. Work hard here.
Yeah, and I think as fast as that Hamlin car is, you got to work hard with not only your race car, but I would. Oh, we got a wrecking.
And Ross Chastain got a huge break with the caution coming out and the lead.
So did Chase Elliott.
Well, I can tell you where that started, and it was a lap and a half ago when Bubba Wallace gave Carson Hocevar a rocket shot going into turn number 3. Have a look here.
Watch this. Bubba Wallace, here we go, guys. And you're all over it, Mike. Go ahead, take it.
Well,
you saw it.
Chastain's leaving a little room there to chase Briscoe as he enters the corner.
Oh,
pow!
Man.
That's one.
I'm telling you what, there's got to be more to that story. Because that right there,
took about a quarter of the field.
Well, I mean, Bubba Wallace just drove flat through the 77 cars, so I would assume that there was something that happened before that for that type of aggression.
Yeah, that was definitely on purpose.
He was mad.
Yeah.
I mean, I see him pull down the block right there. You see him just throttle up right there and just drive through it.
That wasn't a big enough block to warrant that, though. There's more to that story. I agree with you.
Chris Buescher will get the free pass from Bubba Wallace.
Keep coming straight through the middle.
Ended his day.
We're done. Right front's killed.
Although Bubba was off the throttle, all that momentum.
Well, he was off
that
the
stack up.
He was off the throttle after he was in the throttle. Right here, you can see him just continuously, and then he gets out of the throttle right here to try to get off of him. But man, that
one of those, Chris Buescher, gets the free pass, and at least one of them is out of the race. That is Bubba Wallace.
That's 2 weeks in a row for Bubba. And we went from second, where we are currently 9th in points, might get knocked out of the top 10.
Hocevar's lost his dente off the Hamlin and Blaney in row 2 with 70 to go. We're back to green.
Good push from Blaney on that outside. Elliott trying to make quick work of Chastain on them old tires. This could be the opportunity he's looking for.
Yeah, and we've seen that 9 car be pretty good on that top lane.
I really thought Denny Hamlin's strength would be when they got to these lappers, but somehow Chase Elliott's making a little quicker time with each and every one of them than he is.
And this racetrack has changed a ton. You see all the shade right here on the front straightaway all the way through turns 1 and 2 to the exit right here. So makes a big difference, and you know this as well as anybody, Clint. When you start this race here and then you end it, the handling characteristics are always drastically different as much as anywhere we go.
Kyle Busch going a second lap down in the 8 car. This battle for 15th, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick moving up on Ross.
And still got some work to do on this 45 short track program here at Martinsville. We heard Bubba Wallace talk about his struggles and the things that he was having to deal with today, and the 45 car's kind of been in the same boat.
Still, Reddick will leave it here with a sizable point lead on the strength of 4 wins in the first 6 races.
And that's what you got to do on these days. You can't lose your cool. You got to be able to know that things aren't going your way and just take what it'll give you and not put yourself in a position to get your car tore up.
Denny Hamlin's going to be half a second back with 5 laps to go. Going to need to make up a 10th a lap just to get to Chase Elliott, let alone pass him.
And we got some more opportunities. We got Custer, Zilich in front of him yet. But again, Chase Elliott just seems to be a little bit better of picking those lappers off than he is. I think the key is to keep the exit for Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin shoves it into 3 and cuffs the lead in half.
When they take that exit away from him, it really hinders ability to make a lap.
He gained a 10th that lap, 4 to go.
Yeah, and all Denny Hamlin is thinking about, just get close enough so I can use this front bumper right here.
There's a good exit. Elliott needs to make quick time of Custer.
Then he's got Zilich in the low groove right now.
Allen's wondering what that Chevrolet's doing.
Need that one out of his way. And Zilich goes high.
This is exactly what I need. 2 Chevrolets in between me. Get clear of him.
Elliott underneath. Hamlin comes in low. He's within 2 car lengths. Elliott squirts away.
Yeah, that pretty much put Elliott in a position to where, unless something crazy happens, he's got the gap that he needs now.
Bring that baby around here.
He's got a gap to Michael McDowell in front of him. And it's the 48 behind, going up high and out of the way. White flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
And as they do every year, Hendrick Motorsports finds a way to put themselves in a position to win And today it was Alan Gustafson with that pit stop.
That'd be 31, heartbreaker, 292 laps led by Denny Hamlin.
Off turn 4, Chase Elliott gets his second career win. 22nd career win, rather. Winning Martinsville for Alan Gustafson and Rick Hendrick and Chevrolet, breaking a 6-race drought to start the season.
Well, the best way to put the end to all that conversation is to be able to put your cars back in victory lane. Story's over.
Boy, went for it, made a gamble, paid off.
Larry, as you've often told us, if you do the same thing the leaders do, you're going to follow the leaders. What strategy?
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable. But once again, I think it was unintended, not even unintended consequences. They pitted because they needed tires. He said, I can't drive this thing.
Second win at Martinsville for Chase Elliott. 22nd career win. He last won in Kansas in September. Second career Cup short track win. On lap 261 of 400, they short pitted from 9th place, and a debris caution for a brake rotor at lap 312 allowed him to pit from 2nd along with the other lead lap cars and get back on the same tire strategy as the rest of the leaders. Hendrick Motorsports 31 Cup wins at Martinsville, the most by any Cup team at one racetrack. NASCAR's most popular driver has just scored a popular win.